Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Tootie Keith Hunter here, Brothers and Sisters Art. And this video is for the drummer. I am going to paint the drummer for those of you that bought this kit. If you can see that well. And here is the colored version of this picture. So we are going to gather our materials. I've got my paints right here. Got my water jar. My brushes. I'm going to fill it up with some water. Then I'm going to get my brushes that I'm going to use. And I'm actually going to use a 3/4 brush. And I'm going to use a number 4 brush. Find one that's just a little flatter. Here we go. Actually, this one is a number 8. And then also I'm going to use this number 8. Okay. So we've got all our materials. So let's get started. Okay. The first color I'm going to use black, because the darker the paint, the longer it takes to dry. So there's a lot more pigment in it. Okay, so you might want to grab you a towel that you use for your painting, or paper towel work fine too. So let me clean off your brush. Can remove the excess water. Okay, so I'm going to start with all the areas that have these lines that are in black. So I'm going to fill all of that in first. Next, I'm going to use the smaller of the number 4 brushes. My palette. These lines in black. Okay, just paint in the direction of your lines. What I mean by that, if it curves around, paint in a curve. Don't paint this way. You want to paint right along your lines in the same direction that your lines are going. Okay. Don't worry if you cross over your lines a little bit. We'll be able to fix those little areas later. Get these filled in. Now in your kit, I've also included the color picture. So if you get anywhere confused on where your black is, and then you can go in and color these any color you like. You just want to make sure that you do your outline in black, or just one basic color that you may like. You might want to do it in red, you might want to do it in orange, but just make sure that where that black is, that it is consistent with whatever color you're going to use on this canvas. I just prefer for mine to be black. I'm going to finish painting in this line. My picture is a 16 by 20, so it's kind of large. So I'm going to go in and fill all these areas with black. And then I'll see you on the next clip. Okay, so I've worked on the bottom half part of the drums here in the picture with the outline, and then that black space here. So make sure you fill that in. Then we're going to go along the top and just fill in the line, because we're actually going to fill the rim of that drum in with color. So we just want to go right in here. And remember, your lines don't have to be perfect. We're going to fill those in with colors, and then it gives it a more authentic look. It doesn't have to be perfect lines. Then I'm going to continue to put these lines everywhere there's a drawn line. Okay. And you can actually turn your paintbrush on its side, and then it'll be a little thinner for you to get around those curves. Okay, and check your picture often, because you want to make sure that you're at the right line or the right space that's going to be black. And I actually started at the bottom. So we're just going to fill these in. These lines. And this is going to set the foundation for your picture, for your painting. And it actually will lead you much better when you're painting these inner parts once everything is black. So we're going to continue to go right around these lines. Follow your lines all the way around. And when you have a long stretch of line or curve, take it a little section at a time. And then that way, you're able to stay a little more even. Okay, so I'm going to finish filling in these lines. Still on his lines. So I'm working around his tie right now. Right in this section here, there's a cutout. So you gotta make sure you don't paint in there. And then we're gonna go follow your lines around the tip of his tie. Okay. We're going to fill all of this in. fill in this nice, whatever color you're using. Black. So it's all the black places up here. And then remember, when you get to the thinner parts of these lines, you turn your brush in an angle and continue to paint. Give you a little thinner, smoother line. Side is tie. Fill all that in. I'm going to use the angle side of my brush. Filled in real good. To the other side. Turn my brush on an angle and get that line. So we've got this upper part of him inside his shirt. And now we're going to do these parts in black. But if you notice on your picture, there's a little strip of color. So we're going to leave just a little bit of white space there. So we can make sure that we get to fill that in with color. So if it's there or if it's not there, you just want to go right along here. A little strip of white opening. Okay, just a bit. There we go. We're going to paint all the rest of this black. Turn my brush on an angle to get around his hat. My number 8 brush, because this is a wide section and I don't want to take all that time, so I'm going to paint this section in. Start that way. Now I'm going to paint in the direction of my line. Light strokes. Put a bit of paint on so you can get a nice smooth strokes in there. go for nice smooth strokes when I'm painting these type of paintings. It gives it a very nice smooth look when they're all dry. Continue on around his hat just a bit. And this isn't too bad since we're at the edge of the frame, the edge of the canvas. It's okay to use a larger brush, okay? Because yours should be right at the top of his head. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can switch back to your smaller brush. Keep your strokes light and consistent. Okay, now on the picture, I've got another large color block here, and there is a color line in between. So like we did on this side, we're gonna leave a little strip of white so we can go in later and fill that in with color, okay? So we're just gonna go right along the edge of it. Go ahead and fill this whole section in. So now I filled in all the lines, so your picture, when you're all done with your black parts, should look something like this. And you can actually see where we're going to place all your colors. It's going to be like this. So it should look something like this.